From the stoic grit of Eliot Ness in The Untouchables to his calm, authoritative presence on Unsolved Mysteries, Robert Stack's career, the voice of mystery, spanned 6 decades. Yet, on May 14, 2003, this deep-voiced narrator of truth took his most personal role, his final exit. That morning, Stack awoke with a familiar blend of gentle gravitas and wit. Just months earlier, in October 2002, he had undergone radiation therapy for prostate cancer, a challenge that had seemingly been overcome. His wife, Rosemary, later reflected that he was feeling so good and even experimenting with a new golf swing. Though he'd had to block arteries, doctors had deemed open-heart surgery too risky, his body weakened by cancer treatments. Still, Robert's spirits remained high, buoyed by hope and quiet resilience. In the late afternoon, Robert moved into the living room. What exactly he was doing, reading, resting, or perhaps simply contemplating, remains unknown. Moments later, Rosemary returned from a charity show rehearsal to find her husband slumped over in the living room. She had found him in an embrace of finality, where the world he'd confronted on screen now held no mystery. Robert Stack's heart had stopped. The paramedics rushed in, trained professionals responding to one of the world's quietest emergencies. They assessed Robert's pulse. They checked for breathing. They worked swiftly but silently. At 84 years old, his heart had succumbed to natural failure. Rosemary later shared it plainly. It wasn't cancer, a tumor, but that was gone, but weak arteries that couldn't sustain him post-treatment, and a heart that he wouldn't have lived through a bypass. In the hours that followed, Rosemary and their children remained close, comforting one another, reliving memories. Behind closed doors, they grieved quietly. A spokesperson and their doctor confirmed that Stack had battled prostate cancer but ultimately died of heart failure in the safety of his own home. Robert Stack passed away May 14, 2003, at his Bel Air home, ending a life defined by resilience, integrity, and an unmistakable voice. His passing was heartfelt, immediate, and private, a quiet, dignified farewell echoing the characters he played. In his final hours, Robert Stack lived and died on his own terms, steadfast to the end. He embraced life's final scene not with spectacle, but with earnest, understated grace. Just as he guided millions into mysteries unsolved, he walked through life and death with the same composed authority that defined his iconic on-screen persona.